Thank you, everybody, for coming. We want to welcome those who are watching virtually at home to our meeting here today. We're going to recognize the following 2020 Utah Section PGA champions. First of all, the Winter Classic champion from last season, Joe Summerhays. The Women's Utah Open champion, Veronica Joels. The Utah Open champion, Peter Quest. The Senior Open champion, Kurt Siddons. The Senior Section champion, Ryan Reese. The Section champion, Joe Summerhays. The Section champion Senior, Scott Brandt. The Section champion Super Senior, Scott Brandt. And the Section champion Legend, Robert Rudd. And the Assistants champion, Thomas Cook. Give them all a round of applause, please. Now we're going to recognize the following players for their outstanding season and ask that they come forward to pick up an award. If you want to speak, you can. If you don't, you don't have to. First of all, the four-ball champions, Mark Owen and Chris Moody.
Harry Varden said there's two types of players. One who keeps control of their nerves and wins championships, and those that don't. That's me. All I can say is pick your partner wisely.
All right, the women's match play champion, Carly DeLynn Hirsch. Senior match play champion, Mark Owen. The match play champion, Casey Fowles. The Omega Women's Player of the Year, Haley Sturgeon. The Omega Senior Player of the Year, Scott Brandt.
I'd just like to thank the section for, like I say, making all these tournaments possible this last year. That wasn't easy to do, and for giving us a chance to play. And thanks for all the host professionals for hosting the tournaments. As busy as it was last year for everybody, it wasn't easy to give up these tournament dates, and we do appreciate that. Thanks to my owner, Jimmy Blair. He's one of the guys that's always supported people playing, and if you're playing a golf tournament, it's kind of like an excused absence with him, so I appreciate that. And I just want to thank the other players that we played against. It makes it so much fun. I told Ryan Reese a couple years ago, we were kind of battling for this coming down the stretch in the last couple tournaments. I told him, I said, I haven't had this much fun playing golf my entire life. I said, it's just really fun. The guys we play with are fun. Mark and Teal and all these guys, it makes it a blast. And like I said, I want to say thanks for when you got a whole closet full of bridesmaids dresses. I've got 4 of them now for this award. It's nice for you guys to let me finally wear the wedding dress, so I appreciate that. And thanks to my wife. She's very patient with me, and everybody that's in this business knows how selfish golf professionals are with their time. It's part of the business, and she's really good about that. She lets me, like I say, come up and play these events. It's a little bit easier now. We have 2 grandchildren that live here in Lehigh. So I'll say, hey, it's about time we go up and see the grandkids this weekend. Why don't we do that? It just happens to be on a tournament weekend, so it's worked out well. So we got to see them today, so that's one of the reasons we come up. But thank you very much.
The Omega Assistant Player of the Year, Zach Johnson. The Omega Player of the Year, Joe Summerhays. The Wesley Ruff Golf Citizen of the Year award this year goes to Ned Siegfried. Ned and I met 1978, I want to say, in Miyazaki, Japan. Ned was my zone leader in Fukuoka, Japan. So I've known Ned for a long, long time. And this is a guy who we were playing here in the Utah Open Pro-Am a couple years ago, standing over a putt. Here's an ambulance siren. He backs away and says, that is music to my ears. But the section is lucky to have a guy like Ned Siegfried here. He's kind of been known as the king of the Utah Open. He's been at the forefront of enhancing the Open when it was in danger of going away back in 1999. When Scott Bringhurst reached out to Ned and asked him if he wanted to get involved. He loves golf, but he was also happy to be involved with the Special Olympics, which is the charity the Utah Open supports. And now the Utah Open has the biggest Pro-Am series in the country. It has donated $500,000 and has recently added the Women's Utah Open to the schedule, supporting the growth of women's golf in the state. Ned believes in the mission of the Utah Section PGA and of the Utah Open to provide high-level playing opportunity for section members to make a community impact. So in the spring, when organizers were talking about the 2020 Utah Open and amid COVID-19 concerns, Riverside administrators and other sponsors were understandably skittish. During one of the meetings, Ned said he had a sinking feeling, a pit in his stomach, that the Open was going to go by the wayside. However, if the reasons the Utah Open stayed on the 2020 calendar could be boiled down to one factor, it would have to be Ned Siegfried's insistence. Canceling would not happen. It took some adjustments, some cutbacks, the usual 8 Pro-Ams, and the extensive use of an alternate site for the Pro-Am's, Thanksgiving Point Golf Club. It all came together, though, in typical Utah Open first-class presentation style. And it all stems from Ned's devotion to the game of golf in Utah. It's been a big part of his life, and he loves helping people and bonding with golf professionals. It is because of the support of the Utah golf community that has led Ned Siegfried to become the 2020 winner of the Wesley Ruff Golf Citizen of the Year Award, and with a name like that, it's got to be good.
I'm kind of disappointed that Wes didn't give this in Japanese, but anyway. But I'm kind of glad he didn't, because I wouldn't have been able to respond in Japanese. Anyway, it's been a great honor to be involved with the PGA over the years, and as Wes so accurately indicated, the Utah Open was on a kind of tough ground back in the late 90s, and Scott Bringhurst, who most of you remember, I knew him through the phone book company. And I bought about whatever he was selling. And so he thought, well, who can I go to now in my new capacity with the PGA and get some support? So I think I was his first stop. Anyway, so that just blossomed from there. And I think we've been, Devin, the title sponsor for 18 or 19 years. And it's been wonderful. And met so many wonderful people as I look around the room. And I told Devin that we'll continue to sponsor the Utah Open as long as I'm around. So you've got that commitment for me. But I appreciate the award. I appreciate the kind comments from Wes, and it's a privilege being with you all tonight. Thank you.
Our next award is the Utah PGA Governor's Golf Industry Service Award. Now, the Utah section likes to give out awards, but in this instance, they're going to receive an award. Dustin Volk, Valley View Golf Course head professional and Utah section PGA honorary president, recognized that one of 2020's awards needed to stay in-house. Volk nominated the section staff, led by Executive Director Devin DeLynn, for the Governor's Golf Industry Service Award, and he didn't have to do much convincing for the section voters. I think we have the best section in the country for all they do, said Section Vice President Kent McComb. As section officers, they make just about every job so easy, it's pretty impressive. The section staff, defining trait of 2020 was how many PGA programs and events were actually staged in normal fashion, or as close to it as possible during this pandemic. Two undertakings in particular reflected both the staff's determination and the schedule and the willingness to make adjustments. In the absence of sanctioned high school sports golf tournaments, this section conducted an individual competition with two separate events, actually, for players in each classification. And with the innovation of off-site Pro-Am events at Thanksgiving Point, the Siegfried and Jensen Utah Open was on track here at Riverside Country Club. The staff of the Utah Section PGA includes Devin DeLynn, the Executive Director, Annie Fisher, Assistant Executive Director, Aaron Goodman, Tournament Director, Cecily Boxham, the Office Manager, Jesse Dodson, Media and Communications, and Cassie Campos, Junior Golf Staff. So congratulations to the Utah Section PGA staff.
Thank you, Wesley. And before I say anything, you need to not downplay that name that we have that award now. It's pretty neat to have that, our first award winner, the Wesley Ruff Award. And Ned, it's perfect that you were the one. So that's awesome. And it is a little different for the Utah section for us to actually win one of the awards. And so when we were sitting in the committee meeting and all of a sudden it came up that, we were ones, the Utah section staff was who they would like to pick this year. It was very humbling, and I became very emotional very quick. Jeff will remember. I get pretty emotional, and if I look at Robert too long, I'll get emotional because he gets real emotional. Yeah. But no, Annie and I were in the meetings, and the thought that you would choose us was very humbling, and we were very grateful for that. As I sat and looked through a lot of those pictures, it did make me reflect on this year and some of the difficulties and things that went on and how we were able to move on and make things happen. So first of all, I'd like to, on behalf of the Annie and Aaron, Cecily, Jesse, Cora Bloxham, we have Cassie, we have a huge intern staff that
We run all the junior events. I want to, on their behalf, thank you for this award. And I personally want to thank all of them for their commitment to all of you, their loyalty to me and all of the section members. The section staff truly does really care about our 380 members and our Utah Section PGA family. So great to be a part of that. And when I think of this award, I think of it could be extended much more than just our section staff. None of this would have happened this year if it wasn't for all of you at your golf courses. If we would not have had the cooperation, and to see everybody in March and April and May when we were doing our chat calls and everybody was coming on board and trying to help each other, and we were, one day we were closed, the next day we were open. One day we were allowing carts, the next day we weren't. It was this group effort that together we were all able to come together and make this happen. I mean, you guys, the next thing you know, we were running tournaments. And then the next thing you know, we were trying to figure out, I've never had so many tournaments that we were so close to, they were going to take place a week away, and we had to cancel and reschedule and find a new golf course. And so many of you stepped up and made that happen. So this award is much more than just the section staff. I think of it as all 380 of us won this award this year. We often talk about the section family, and, I just want you all to know how much we love working for you. It's very humbling. We love working on your behalf to represent in the community, but we also, most importantly, we love working with you. We feel like we work with you, and that's why we're able to do what we do in our community in the golf world. I heard more comments this year from different golfers, allied associations, different people, just totally, praising the Utah Section PGA professionals. So I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the support that you give our family, our staff family, I should say. And when I think of that, I think of a few examples specifically this year. We've had Aaron Goodman last March. This family, this Utah Section PGA family, had been asking for months and, for the last little bit, what can we do to help Aaron's family? What can we do to help his wife and his family? And we, with Marty's help on the board and the board, we came together and we raised $25,000 in just a couple weeks for Aaron's family. And Aaron just kept saying he couldn't believe how much everybody loved him and reached out, and it was very humbling to Aaron. And to see that support, that's what our section is all about. And then this past month with Annie, she's lost her father this past month, and the messages and the pure concern that I see from all of you for Annie and her family, that's what it's all about. This section, that's what it's all about. I hear it all the time. Utah Section is a special section, and it truly is a family. So I just want to thank you all for the support you give all of us, and I hope you feel that we support you and are there for you. I want to congratulate all the winners this evening for winning these awards. We have a great group. Unfortunately, we have half of them not here because of COVID, so it is unique. But what a great group of winners, and again, I want to congratulate the whole section for doing amazing things this year. It definitely was a group effort, so I want to thank you all. We have a lot of opportunities ahead of us. I mean, right now, we're kind of on an uptake, and we don't ever want to say that the pandemic was good for anything, but for golf, it kind of was. And we were able to make a difference in the community, help people get through it, and we still have that opportunity. So when I think of our group, I kind of the other night I was thinking, what's a little mantra or something I could think of? And I just came up, I said, it's Utah PGA 380 strong. And I'm proud to be a part of it and to help lead and be at the helm and work with all of you. So thank you.
The next award is the Doug Vilvin Distinguished Service Award. And the late Doug Vilvin may or may not have approved of naming the award after him, but he certainly would have been proud of who is going to receive the first award in his name. Robert MacArthur, who is the retired head professional here at Riverside Country Club, although he got lost coming in here. Don't know how that happened. He shared Doug Vilvin's commitment to educating PGA pros. They worked together for over 25 years as faculty members in the PGA training program in what MacArthur describes as an effort to help people along the way. That's what this business is all about, he said. Of course, MacArthur's response to receiving an award for his service is to insist that the instructor's role was partly self-serving. He said, you kind of get re-energized going out and teaching young golf professionals that are coming along. It helps you refocus on what you're doing at your club. And MacArthur has done his job extremely well. He was named the Section Professional of the Year back in 1989, and his influence on other golfers has been noticeable for years and years. Just look at the recent Utah Section Awards winners. Craig Norman, former Riverside Assistant Pro, was the 2019 Professional of the Year. Kent McComb, who succeeded Norman here at Riverside, is the 2020 Jeff Beaudry Golf Ambassador Award winner. And to extend that tree, Joel Gross, who's Norman's assistant down at Hobble Creek, is the 2020 Golf Assistant Professional of the Year. So Robert MacArthur, directly or indirectly, has had a lot to do with the way pros approach their jobs. And he said, just knowing, this is a quote from Kent McComb, who is a good egg, and for him to say this says a lot. Just knowing him has made me a better person. The Doug Vilvin Distinguished Service Award winner, Mr. Robert MacArthur.
You can tell I've lost clout. They used to have an orange crate here for me. They probably put it out to pasture. Speak clearly, is that what you said? Mumble. It's very humbling to stand here. Out of respect to Doug Vilvin, because he really was the go-to guy in our section for just about everything from rules to education. And it's an honor to receive this award on his behalf. I was going to wear a bow tie, but when you don't have a neck, it would have looked more like a vase than a tie. But anyway, I'm not sure how I really got here. I've just had an opportunity to work with good people and to work for good people and get trained over the years. I've been involved with golf for a long time, since 1965. It's when I started picking range balls at Dixie Red Hills. But a lot of great examples. I have to, not to lessen any of the people prior to Jimmy Thompson, because they've all had an influence, but Jimmy Thompson was probably one that got Doug and I pointed in the right direction. And the camaraderie and the contacts that he had around the country taught us that we need to branch out and to give back and to help and uplift and contribute to not only the welfare of the section, but also the welfare of the National PGA and training new apprentices and helping our fellow professionals. And none of that really could have happened for me without the support system that I have. My loving wife that put up with me for a lot of years, still putting up with me so far, and my kids that sacrificed for me to be gone. It's one thing to be gone all summer long at a golf course, but it's then to be gone a little bit in the wintertime doing some PGA stuff. It's still a sacrifice. And then to have great assistants, and it's not just Craig and Kent and Chris, but some other guys, Carl Sayers, Jake Wyatt, Jordan Brockbank, Travis Byron. Darren Overson's not a golf pro, but he still started working for me at age 15 and probably still come at a moment's notice to help out, and he's in his 40s. So there's relationships that you've built over the years, and it's fun to see people grow around you and to see how they excel, they get out and they branch their wings, and the guys that have worked for me, they've literally packed me on their back, because I've learned as much from them as much as they ever learned from me, and I appreciate them, and I appreciate being able to to once in a while show up and help a little bit with the rules and do a few things to make me feel like I'm still kind of part of the game. But starting to play more golf. Played more golf in the last year than I did in probably 15 previous, but not very good, but still going. But got a lot of friends. I appreciate the impact that you all have had on my life and the opportunity to try and serve and try and give back. And I hope you will all look for opportunities to contribute and to help one another and lift up one another. And there's the Utah PGA family is unlike any other section. It's unlike any other section. We can rely on one another and do a lot of good things, and that's been mentioned here previous. But I thank you for this award, and I have always tried to do my best. I'm not always very good at doing certain things, but that's why I have good assistants too, and a great wife tries to keep me focused. But anyway, thank you very much for this award.
The Superintendent of the Year for a public facility, Randy Oldham of Logan River Golf Course, and his biggest move was about 5 miles, going from the superintendent of Logan Country Club to the same position at Logan River Golf Course in 2013, and going from a private club to a public course, even in the same town, is extremely difficult. Oldham's standards of maintenance have stayed the same. Now, the average golfer at a public course doesn't really care as much, not as invested in the course as private course members are, but that just made Randy even more determined to keep Logan River as pristine as possible, and by all accounts, he is succeeding. He's part of the third of 4 generations of the Oldham family in the golf industry, having followed his grandfather, Russell Sr., and his father, Bus, as Logan Country Club superintendents, and he held that position for 32 years before moving to Logan River Golf Club, having been lured by former Logan Mayor Randy Watts to upgrade the course's condition, and he was probably destined to do so eventually, because he grew up just a couple of houses from Logan River professional Jeff John. In 2019, the Logan River Advisory Board credited Oldham for the course being, quote, in the best shape it has been throughout its entire history. In 2014, Randy was honored as Superintendent of the Year by the peer group then called the Intermountain Golf Course Superintendents Association. The Superintendent of the Year, public facility, Randy Oldham, Logan River Golf Course.
That's quite an introduction. I don't think I need to say any more. That's pretty well it. I appreciate Jeff for putting me up for this award. It's been a long time coming. I've had quite a long career. I started in 1981, just after my father had passed away. I was at Logan Country Club. I just did a year as assistant, knew everything, hit it hard. I'm surprised they gave me another year, but I got one more year in. I was 21 years old. 22 years old, I made it, kept improving. I learned more in those first year or two than I've learned the rest of my life. I had some big shoes to fill at that time. I worked, at Logan Country Club for, like you said, for 32 years. Decided to make the move to Logan River, work with Jeff. Been great, he's next door neighbor. We used to throw rocks at each other. We used to throw rocks at, everything. I think we were boys, you throw things. That's what we did. It was funny, he was a member at the country club. I grew up there. Dean Canlon was a pro there for my dad, and grandfather was there when Dean, I think Dean had started a little later than that, but my grandfather was there at first. And they used to say he would not take any crap. If you didn't toe the line, you were fired. It wasn't like, it is now where you all go, I can't hire anybody if I lose that guy. That's where we are at this time. But my dad was a little calmer. They called him Bus because my grandfather was Russ. So it was kind of a fun time. Working for my dad, I don't know how you guys, if any of you guys ever worked for your fathers, but if somebody else screwed up, it was your fault. And you take it home with you too. I mean, if you screwed up, you were in trouble all day and all night. So it was quite a time. I tried to raise my 3 boys the same way. I didn't let them off the hook for anything. I got one of them's a superintendent at Glendale Golf Course right now. The other 2 had golf experience, but I think they were a little smarter than I was, so they went on to other things. So, but yeah, I really appreciate being at Logan River. It's been a great challenge. I hope I've met that challenge. The geese are just my enemy. I mean, when I started there were 300 resident geese. Now we have, Jeff keeps an eye on them for me. He'll send me a text. There's one over here on number 13 pond. So me and the goose dog we'll head over there and take care of them, get them off. But it's been good. Though our water quality's improved on our ponds at Logan River since we've got rid of most of the geese, and it's been a great challenge. It's been good. Everybody says, change is. I thought I'd never be at Logan River. I'd stay at Logan Country Club my whole life, but it's been a great change. I've learned a lot. It's been a great camaraderie with Jeff and I. We work great together. What else can we do? I really enjoy it. So thank you for this award. Thanks, Jeff, for putting me up. I said, I'm done with this PGA award deal. It's been a long time. But he said, hang in there, you'll get it. I really do appreciate him. But thank you very much.
The Superintendent of the Year for Private Facility, Alan Davis from Willow Creek Country Club. Working amid the reality of COVID-19, it's kind of the theme for all the award winners in the Utah Section PGA 2020. On the golf courses, in the golf shops, everyone involved had to make adjustments in this unique year in the industry. And that's why Alan Davis of Willow Creek Country Club, who's also the president of the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, is proud of the work that has been done at his facility in Sandy and throughout the state. He said rolling with the punches would be a good way to sum it up. Constantly modifying operations throughout the year, dealing with labor issues, compliance issues, and high volume of play we received changed everything, but his team did not back down. Alan Davis's first job in the industry was at Willow Creek as an assistant superintendent from 2008 to 2012. He then went home to his native North Carolina for a couple of years before working at Castle Pines in Colorado and Park City, where he was superintendent at Park City. He returned home to Willow Creek in his current job in 2016.
Good evening, everyone. First off, I would like to thank the PGA Utah section for recognizing me for this award. I am quite humbled to be recognized. It was quite unexpected and very, very much appreciated. So I hope you all are having a wonderful evening, and thank you very much for recognizing me for Superintendent of the Year. This year was quite extraordinary. We were challenged to use our ingenuity in ways that I never had before. As a turf manager, I have managed through heat, drought, smoke, snow, ice, hurricanes, hail, wind, you name it. But never have I been tasked to managing through a pandemic. What started out as quite a frightening and frustrating situation, to be honest, ended up teaching me a lot. I had to change my entire approach. I had to create creative mow schedules, creative break schedules, try to limit crew interaction. Basically, in what I consider one of the ultimate team environments, how to separate people. This proved challenging at times. I owe a huge debt of gratitude to my crew, especially the core. Phil Cahoon, Brecken Vera, Dan Brown, Dan Padilla, Israel Perez, and Osio Bucio. I have always said that I am nothing without a solid base, and never did that prove truer than this year. Whether they agreed with protocol or not, they all agreed to take steps that were for the greater good. All that was required of them, they smiled their way through it. At least I think they were smiling. I'm not sure they had masks on. Also, I would like to thank Willow Creek management and members. I received a great deal of support from both. I have been blessed with fellow managers who openly and effectively communicate on a regular basis. Never has that been more important than this year, where at times it seemed that new information about the virus was being updated weekly. At times it seemed nearly impossible to balance record-setting play and COVID regulations, but somehow we seemed to make it work, and work well, in my opinion. Alex Nicolaitis, Big E, Eric Nielsen, Carl Sayers, Tony Clark, Kerry Pellegrino, Garth Campbell, and everyone here at what I consider my Willow family. Thank you very much. Most importantly, I would like to thank my wife Kara, my son Micah, daughter Astoria, and my big furry Malamute Ruby May. They have allowed me grace for some long hours and showed much understanding for me to pursue my vision of what Willow Creek can be. I apologize for missed family trips and the times where my job pulls me away nearly 7 days a week. Thank you all for standing by me through it all. I am fairly certain they still like me. There's not a way that I could ask for anything more than what I have in my family. A shout out to my parents as well, Mike and Kim Mitchell, back in the mountains of North Carolina. They are responsible for getting my tail in gear and instilling the work ethic in me that I currently still have. Thanks to you all. Numerous people I left out. Thank you so much for the award, Utah PGA section. Quite an honor. And I'd like to close with a saying that's near and dear to my heart. Though it wasn't their year, as always, go Pack Go.
Next award is the John Unger Salesperson of the Year Award. And it's Terry Outson. There are plenty of reasons that Terry has received this award multiple times. The Titleist representative has thrived on the manufacturer side of the industry while also maintaining his membership in the Utah Section PGA. He says being a PGA member for close to 30 years and getting to work alongside and play with some of his best friends in life is pretty much a blessing. Formerly employed by Schlesinger and Cobra, Outson has had having good products to sell is a big part of his success. But more than anything else, he loves being immersed in golf and watching the young professionals climb the ranks. He helped lead Tooele High School to a state championship and then played on the Utah State team in the Jadon Blake era. Outson can still play at a very high level. In the Wayne Volk Utah Senior Open, he tied for first place among the pros in the Super Senior Division, and he made 2 eagles in the recent Pro Assistance Championship while teaming with his wife, Colleen Outson. And well, when he retires from sales traveling, he says he intends to remain involved in golf, possibly as a teacher. The John Unger Salesperson of the Year Award winner, Terry Outson.
Wow, did I do all that? I don't remember half that, so. Anyway, I walked in tonight and Macomb tells me, hey, you sent me 2 drivers. And I guess I'm so used to double shipping my accounts and now I'm sending out free stuff twice. So, thanks for letting me know, Mac. Yeah, this is a white blazer. That's not because it's going to snow, or maybe it is, but this is a Titleist. This is what we do. This is what we wear at the PGA Merchandise Show. So it's a tradition. So thank you for letting me do that here. I don't know how you guys have accepted awards and without glasses. So, Bobby, congratulations, and don't sell yourself short. A lot of us have looked up to you. I get to look at you in kind of eye to eye, but I look up to you. So, I want to thank the PGA Board and the Awards Committee. It's very nice. I've been honored to win this award 4 times, so I think I'm behind John Unger, maybe 46. So I need to keep working. Congratulations to the PGA section. I mean, what an honor, and well deserved, by the way, for the Industry Service Award. Devin, you're a great leader. Good job. I get to see your lovely wife a couple times a year, Joanne. So thanks for what you do for me. Glad you're healing up, Dev, from your shoulder surgery and your knee surgery. Most people just do 1 surgery at a time. So just keep that in mind. Annie, you're a rock. And what you've gone through, losing your dad, we all feel for you. So, and we love you. Aaron, you bring your A game every day, pal. You never let us know what's going on behind the scenes in your life, and it's got to be tough. But what you do for us, our tournaments have never been run any better. So thank you. Cecily, you're always answering our questions, and it's been fun to get to know you and Jord and your family. So thanks for what you do for us. We all rely on you, by the way. The superintendents, Randy and Alan, congratulations to you guys. What a crazy year for you. I mean, things that happen outside didn't necessarily happen inside in the golf shops. I mean, a lot of the golf pros it was almost like, pulling up to McDonald's. You're taking green fees out of the window. You guys had record rounds. So anyway, great job. You guys kept it up, kept everything green. Mac, you're a man's man. So the award you won, you are an ambassador. You're a true ambassador, and thank you for that, and thank you for being part of our section. Doug Brown, every time I go to come and see you, I see kids running around everywhere with smiles on their face. So very rewarding on your behalf for winning that Youth Player Development Award. This one is baffling. The Wesley Ruff Citizen Award, Ned. I can't get my head around it. So Ned and I work out together 2 or 3 times a week, and it's amazing the weight that Nettie can lift. So I'm not sure if they're marked right or anything like that, but we have fun together. So Nettie, thanks for your friendship. Brett Watson, what a year you've had, pal. I mean, you've gone from how many holes to no holes to how many holes now, but I'm sure that's been a big learning curve for you, and you're a great golf professional, and thank you for being a great partner. Let's see. The Doug Velvin Award. So I got to work for Doug for 13 years. And like I told Robert, I've looked up to he and Reed for many years. And I talked to Denise today. Being that my wife couldn't come, I asked her to be my date, but she's down in Palm Springs. So said it was too long of a drive. Marty Bauer. Marty, you're a class act, pal. The people that you train and mentor and develop and bring to us, and we try and retain them. So thanks for your leadership and your sight for training all these great golf professionals and placing them. Noose, congratulations to you. Fun talking with you about our Orange Theory experiences. How many splat points did you get today? Things like that. Oh, by the way, I have your pre-book ready. Thanks for the increase. You don't know that yet. Bobby Wallace. Bobby Wallace, you've turned into one hell of a golf pro. Being that at Ogden Country Club and trying to keep track of Sarge, I mean, that's double duty, pal. So we know what that all comes down to. Marty's teacher up there, instructor, Craig Hocknell, is a fantastic player, fantastic guy, and an excellent instructor. Congratulations to him. Joel, I don't see Joel's here, but Stormer, tell him congratulations for me. And thank you for keeping him in the business, because he's turned out to be one of the best. Jake, I guess Jake's not here, eh?
Last minute COVID.
Oh boy, that's a bummer. Jake, what a great career you're having. You're always meeting and greeting your members, and I mean, when I walk in there, I feel like a member. So thank goodness they don't send me a bill. And I want to thank all of you for being supportive through this tough year of, gosh, I mean, COVID has affected so many different things in rounds played and product in the shop, and can the doors open, can't the doors open? So it's been tough for each and every one of us that are sitting in here of, who's open, who's not, how do we do this? And I've got to say, I travel around a lot. The Utah section did the best job of anywhere I traveled through Wyoming, Montana, or Idaho. You guys nailed it. So great job. Came with a lot of hard work. But your friendship, partnership, and trust in me over the years, I've been with Titleist 23 years now. Wow, that's a long time. So you're not getting rid of me yet. Not for a while, anyway. I've got to thank a few people. Jack Fandle, who's my tech rep. He does a lot for me. My boss, Mark Doris, and of course my company for what they do for me. Just a little tidbit here. The governors of Massachusetts and California closed the company down for 70 days. We make 1.1 million golf balls a day. So add that up. That's we were playing catch up all year. So I mean, just you guys in my territory have sold over 120,000 dozen year over year over year. Where do they all go? I mean, is Earth getting bigger? I'm not sure what's going on there. So a couple other things. Brad Stone, Lynn Langren, Craig Sarlo, Bob Rudd. These are the guys I hang out with a lot, and so I want to thank them and for their support. I mean, Brad was a staff guy for 43 years, Lynn Langren for 38 years, Sarge for 20 plus years, and same thing with the Rudsky. So I want to thank them. My daughter Jennifer, my son-in-law Aaron. I have 2 grandsons. I have an 18-year-old grandson who's going to go play baseball back in Minnesota. So that just amazes me that he's already 18. And most of all, I want to thank my wife. So she couldn't be here tonight. She's on an airplane right now on her way up to Boise to save more lives. That's what she does now. So she's beautiful, she's smart, she's a good player, she's athletic. She's my partner, she's my lifelong partner. It took me a long time to find her, and I'm very blessed to have you all as friends, and I consider everyone that I get to call on as my friend, and have a great life. So thank you for helping me have a great life. Thanks.
You know, most of the awards, you can kind of get your mind around the assistants, the superintendents, the teacher. We know what those are about. But the Bill Strasbaugh Award, from an outsider's point of view, is probably the most difficult to define. But the 2020 winner provides a lasting example. There could hardly be a better illustration of the Strasbaugh Award intentions than Brett Watson, the head professional at the renamed Timpanogos Golf Club here in Provo, and what he did bringing multiple groups together to complete a remarkable redesign project. It took a collaborative community effort to maximize the property, and Watson played a major role in coordinating it. He can reflect proudly on a 5-year project that certainly had its ups and its downs along the way, and one that Brett is proud to be associated with. He said, "We truly came together to create a golf facility that is unlike anything else in Utah or the world. All of these organizations, groups, and individuals are the definition of what the Bill Strasbaugh Award is and what it represents, a community working together to grow and bring the great game of golf to everyone." Timpanogos Golf Club now features an 18-hole championship course, the past year par 3 course, and the Legacy Trail short course. The Bill Strasbaugh Award winner for 2020, Brett Watson, Timpanogos Golf Club.
Thank you, Wes, for everything. As I was sitting over there listening to Terry, he mentioned what a great life, and I think every single one of us in this room have been impacted by the game of golf, and what a great life it has provided us in some capacity. As I've seen some of the award winners, I'm sure Robert remembers when I was running around at junior camp over here and with Kent and up to Storman's place, and as Wesley mentioned, it was a 5-year project. So we've all had that first day on the job, and my first day on the job as a head golf professional at the Old East Bay Golf Course was called into my director's office, and there was the economic development director, and he had a picture of Walmart on the 12th hole. And so just as fast as my career started, it was ending. And for the next 5 years, we fought back, and through the help of my director, Scott Henderson, who has provided me that dream job and that dream life, we were able to take lemons and make lemonade. And so it was only fitting to bring back Timpanogos. East Bay had ran its course, and I'm sure everyone in this room, if you're old enough, has a Timpanogos memory, and we hope that the new one new one provides an even stronger memory and a longer lasting golf experience in your life. I think that that's the most important thing that we can do as PGA professionals is provide a golf experience so that everyone enjoys the game and learns the game as much as we have. I wouldn't be. I'd have to thank my family, of course, like we all have, for the long hours and the sleepless nights, but most importantly, Keen, who has been not only a mentor to me my entire career, as I worked for him for 20 years nearly, and then was able to follow him, and he is the example of a PGA professional. He has been in this section for as long as anybody in this room has, and certainly has been the example to all of us. So Keen, thank you so much for everything that you have provided me, both on the course and off the course, as a father. Like I said, T.O., you bailed me out a lot this year, and so what a year it was, and so grateful for that, and thank you for that. Lastly, thank you to everyone in this room. You have impacted me in some way, form, or another, even if I was tagging along with Keen at a golf tournament and you were nice to me. So I appreciate that. Thank you very much. This award, to speak about it, I had to learn what it was, certainly, and it is the definition of a community. And so the community of Provo, from our administration, our leadership, to our various departments, to anyone that came and supported us in a city council meeting to save Timpanogos was exactly what this profession is all about. So I'm honored to be given this award tonight, and I'm certainly honored to be in this room tonight, and I look forward to the next several decades to be with you all. So thank you very much.
The PGA Professional Development Award goes to Marty Bauer. Marty's passion for developing PGA professionals and their career is clear to anyone who is looking. His own career has strong emphasis on developing his staff members. Bauer's receiving this award stems from the way he's treated, the way he has been treated at his various stops in his career. As Glenn Wild's director of golf, he couldn't ask for a better situation. He wants his staff members to reach the point where they can say the same thing. He hopes that they'll acquire the skills and expertise that have been successful to have successful careers along the way. The culture at Glen Wild models what Marty experienced at his stops at Crooked Stick Golf Course and Baltimore Country Club. Craig Hocknall, who's the director of instruction at Glen Wild, says of Marty, he does a great job of listening to what his professionals have to say, and that's a tremendous quality that he has. Bauer enjoys helping his staff members try out different roles, giving them more experience. He said, I've worked with some fantastic golf pros who helped me, and that's what I want for all my team, to let them work within the system that we've created. The PGA Professional Development Award winner this year, Marty Bauer.
Hello. How's everybody doing? It's good to see people in a room. Thank you to the section, Devin, Annie, Aaron, everybody else. Appreciate everything you guys do, making this come together tonight. I know it was a crapshoot down to the last couple minutes with some cancellations, so appreciate everything you guys did to help us make this possible. Jeff John, Awards Committee, thank you for deeming me somebody worthy of winning this award. I appreciate that. That's very nice of you. All the other deserving winners in the room, congratulations on your awards. I know Alan Davis very well. We worked together for a couple years at Glen Wild. Randy, I don't know you, but I can't imagine how you guys even did your job this year. Everybody was so busy. Great job. I know all the golf courses were in great shape this summer, and that's pretty special that you guys could do that. Jake Hanley and his family, I know Jake can't be here, and it's killing him not to be here. So Jake, I know you're on the other side of that TV right now, so congratulations. You're a very deserving Golf Professional of the Year. Congratulations. I wanted to thank Glen Wild. It's a great place to work. My board, my membership supports me very well. So does my general manager, George Parker, and they give me the tools to do my job and do it well. And I have the opportunity to have a lot of great assistant professionals that work for me there. Mark Valenti and Carson Willis, Brianna Koopman, Arter Hughes, Miles Nolman, just some fantastic people, as well as Craig Hocknall, who's our director of instruction. So we have a wonderful team, and it certainly makes my job a lot easier to have everybody around me. My wife, Kelly, she's awesome. She's my rock. She makes me better every day. She challenges me to be the best person I can, to be the best professional I can, and you're amazing. Love you, baby. I've had a chance to have a lot of great mentors, like Wesley said in the opening. I've worked at some great clubs. A few guys I want to mention: Tony Pancake, Clint Whitehill, and Ken Wind. I know Robert knows Tony pretty well from teaching days for the PGA. And my first day as an assistant professional, I was working at Baltimore Country Club, and towards the end of the day, I sat down with Tony, and I'm sitting across the desk from him, and he looks at me and he said, "Today is the first day you start looking for a better job." I thought I screwed up. I didn't know, did I do a really bad job on this first day? He wants me to get a new job already, but it was his way of, telling me that you're not here to settle. You're not here to be an assistant professional, and now it's time to get better and to move on and to move forward. And I've lived my professional life that way, and all the guys that I worked for have all wanted me to get better and wanted me to reach my goals, and that's the same thing that I look for in assistant professionals, and the same thing that I strive for them to do. Nothing's more gratifying than when somebody comes to me, that's one of my assistants, and says I have an opportunity for a better job, and it's even more gratifying when they get that opportunity. So I've had a chance to move some guys on, and we're trying to keep them in the section TO. We'll do our best to keep them all here, but hopefully we can keep moving on with some of that stuff. It was amazing to see the Utah Monthly today that came out and look at the Davis Park story, and you see Brad Stone and Dustin having worked for Brad, as well as Zach and Pete and Sean Edwards as well, and they've kind of dominated that Davis County area, and I just think that's amazing. I think that's part of the golf professional mantra, and a lot of us in this room are considered competitors, but we're not. We're also friends, and that's the best part of being a golf pro, is we get to go to work and compete against our friends, both on the course and in the professional life, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful business to be in compared to some of the cutthroat other businesses that are out there. So I'm honored to accept this award, and thank you all very much, and hopefully you have a great rest of your night, and stay safe. Thank you.
Jeff Beaudry, Golf Ambassador Award winner, Mr. Kent McComb. And when somebody says the name Kent McComb, it's usually followed with the line, "He's the nicest person in the entire world." The way he treats other people is a model behavior, and in true Kent fashion, he credits others and says he's the product of great examples in the golf profession. He mentions a lot of people at the starting point of that list, and then he keeps adding to that list. Robert MacArthur, his mentor for 10 years, former head professional at Riverside Country Club, is very high on that list. Robert said he's probably the most loyal friend that a guy can have. He genuinely cares about people. He treats everybody as if they are his best friend. He's that kind of a guy. McComb also adds Scott Whitaker and Scott Olson as two of his major influences. Kent said Robert and Whit are truly two of the greatest golf professionals I know, and more importantly, they are even better people and friends. Their examples of professionalism is something that I will always cherish. Scott has also been a great mentor and example in my life. McComb says the best example is right in his own home, his wife, Jenna Lee. Before her, it was his parents, followed by a long list of other key influences. That's what makes Kent McComb who he is, and why he is very deserving of this award that honors Jeff Beaudry, whose kindness is among the traits that made him a member of the Utah Golf Hall of Fame. The Jeff Beaudry Golf Ambassador Award winner for this year, Mr. Kent McComb.
Wow. Thanks so much for all the kind words. It's very humbling. It's hard for me to put it into words sometimes, but thank you. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. There are so many talented people in this Utah PGA family that we have, and it's truly a privilege for me to be involved, to be friends, and to rub shoulders with such not only great golf professionals, but just amazing people. So thank you. I want to thank Jeff John and the awards committee for all their hard work in putting this together tonight. I know, like we said, we weren't even sure we were going to be able to have this tonight, so thank you for all that. For our staff, they amaze me. We truly do have the best staff in the country. They're incredible. Their ability to think outside the box and the ability to make things happen it's incredible. I learned so much from you guys, and thank you for all you do for us. You represent us so well and make us look so good as Utah section golf professionals. Again, thanks for all the kind words. I don't know quite where to start other than I am very grateful and very humbled to receive an award such as this. I know what this award means. Jeff Bodery was such a wonderful ambassador to golf in Utah. And to be considered for this award is an honor for me, but to be the recipient of this award is truly very humbling. So thank you. There's been many, as Wesley said, that have had just such a great influence on my career and my life. And like I said, I wish I could name them all, but we'd be here all night. And like Kurt Crabthorpe told me when he goes, I'd probably forget someone, then I'd feel bad all night, wouldn't be able to sleep. So, but anyway, you guys know who you are. Thank you so much. But I do need to thank a few people. First, Jen. Man, you're my rock, like Marty. You are my rock, and what an amazing example you are to me. Thanks for your patience. I know it hasn't always been easy, because man, it's been having you alongside and doing this together. Thanks for our journey together, Jen. I love you. My kids and grandkids, and man, they're such amazing examples to me. Like Wes said, my parents, they were growing up, just wonderful examples to me, you know, and how to treat people. So thank you to them, but for everybody. Scotty Olson, if you're watching tonight, man, you're awesome. So thanks so much for your example, and we've had a great run together up at Bountiful. It's been truly a pleasure to learn from you and to take that ride with you up there. So thanks, brother. I know we're going to have many more great times, many more pot sticker matches. So that's I'm looking forward to many more of those. So two of my greatest idols and mentors, like Wesley said. Robert MacArthur's here with us tonight. Whit, if you're watching, man, you guys are unbelievable. I feel so blessed. Jen and I just pinch ourselves sometimes how blessed we are to have such good people in our lives and friends. Thank you, Kristen. Man, a lot of good times together, haven't we? Man. So, Whit, Robert, you guys are my two of my greatest mentors, and like Wes said, just knowing you guys and has made me a much better person being around you. Not only are you great golf professionals and mentors, but you are even better people and friends. So thank you. Whit, thank you. Like Dev said, we have an amazing Utah section PGA family. I am so humbled and grateful to be a part of this family, to share this journey with you all. It is truly a privilege for me. Again, Jen always says, I love her. She goes, don't go, she gives me two words of advice. Don't go over time and don't be boring. So I hope I haven't done either one of those tonight. So anyway, thank you for this award. It means so much. I'm humbled and grateful. And I hope you've enjoyed the evening, and congratulations to all the award winners tonight. So thank you very much.
The Merchandiser of the Year, public facility, Chris Newsom, Soldier Hollow Golf Course. That Soldier Hollow clubhouse is awesome, but the pro shop is 975 square feet, and that's not a lot of distance in this era of social distancing. But the head professional there, who's actually the only full-time employee in the golf course, at the golf course, has done a remarkable job up there. Chris says, merchandising is something I really enjoy, and it's a great distraction from some of the other not-so-fun jobs I have to do. And this year required some creativity. With golfers having limited access to the pro shop, Chris had to catch their attention quickly. His strategy was to showcase one vendor at a time, sell all the products via clearance incentives, and then make way for the next vendor. And he succeeded in multiple ways. The seasonal staff, he said, got really excited, bringing out new products, freshening displays, and educating customers about the features of the new items. It was a great way to do things, and it's something that we will likely continue to do in the future. Now, those seasonal employees also played a big role in Chris's award, and he appreciates them. And this award, the Merchandiser of the Year Award, adds to his credentials that include the 2012 Professional of the Year Award. And he's been the Soldier Hollow head pro since the facility opened back in 2004, and is known for hosting tournaments, most recently the 2020 Utah Women's State Amateur. The Merchandiser of the Year, public facility, Chris Newson, Soldier Hollow Golf Course.
I get to say that out loud. Thanks, Ace. It's always a thrill when you get to be with somebody when they get their first hole-in-one. That was a good time. Thank you very much to the Utah Section Awards Committee and the staff and putting on this evening. As has been said many times, under challenging circumstances, it's pretty nice to be in a room with people, like Marty said. Congratulations to all of the winners that are here tonight, and congratulations to everybody who couldn't be with us tonight. We miss you. We look forward to the chance we can all be together again and get closer to normal. Congratulations also in a special way to those that were nominated for awards this year. It's always special when you get that letter in the mail and it's got Utah Section up in the left corner, and you know, we don't get our dues in the mail anymore, so it's probably something kind of cool if you get a letter from the section, you know. And I know when I got my letter, my heart picked up a little bit because there's probably something good on the inside, and that nomination means a lot, and it really does. It means somebody's taken the time to notice your efforts, and that's exactly how I felt about this award here. Merchandising is something that, as I said before, is something we kind of do when I get time up there, and in the last couple of years I've really taken an effort to focus efforts on it, and thanks to our sales reps here in the section, T.O. and your crew, educating us on aspects and how to do things differently and travel around, we've gotten better at it at Soldier Hollow, so thanks, T.O. And 2020 especially, thanks for being flexible. This is like the year of the pivot, right? You get doing one thing one way and have to change, and the vendors were patient with me as I pushed back orders, and I was patient with them as stuff was out of stock, and I mean, we all got through it. As much as my name is on this award, it is very much something that I wish I could put my entire staff on. The seasonal staff that we employ up there really dug in this season and got behind the effort to be better merchandisers around buildings being closed, buildings being open, traffic patterns, et cetera. And I wish every one of them could be here tonight, and I know they'd be pretty happy to realize that we came together as a group and did some good things this season. It was a lot of fun. Actually, in the end, it was fun. I would be remiss in all of the thank yous if I didn't thank my wife, Valerie, who's here with me tonight. As we like to say around our house lately, we were married in the late 1900s. We get to start saying that now, people. And in April, we celebrate 25 years together, so she deserves a round of applause. And thank you all very much. Have a good night.
The Merchandiser of the Year, private facility, Bob Wallace, Ogden Country Club. 2020 year started out with exciting plans for Bob because the Ogden Golf and Country Club Pro Shop was long overdue for a makeover, and Bob took it from there. Our employees and staff in the shop helped move displays, paint walls, clean, and worked right alongside us, he said. They were all around fantastic. The spirit of collaboration carried the staff through a tumultuous year that included a pandemic, windstorms that took out over 200 trees on that historic course, and of course, the earthquake. And the club members supported his efforts. After all, there can be no merchandising award without customers making purchases. So it's fair to say that just about everyone involved with the Ogden Golf and Country Club shares in Wallace's recognition. It started with the membership's approval of the Pro Shop project. As he said, the fresh, crisp, updated look coupled with the reconfiguration of the space has made the new Pro Shop better able to serve its members. The shop is invited with products easily accessible, and we're proud of the renovation. The Merchandiser of the Year, private facility, Bob Wallace, Ogden Country Club.
First of all, I'm truly humbled and honored to stand in front of who I consider so many great professionals here, people that I've looked up to for an awfully long time. As a young man, I always wanted to be a golf professional, and to make that reality come true has been a great blessing to me, my family. I'd just like to thank the section board, the nominating committee for giving me a shot, for looking at our resume, our application. I know our section staff works hard for us on their behalf, so thank you, all of you that are involved in that. I got my wife here, Erin, and I'm just grateful for her. We've got 4 rowdy kids that we chase around all the time, day in, day out, and I couldn't do it without her, so I appreciate her. Just some people to name. I've had the opportunity to work with some great golf professionals over the years. I was fortunate enough to start my career at Eagle Mountain in Brigham City. Chris Marks gave me an opportunity. I'll always appreciate Chris. I know he's not here, but I owe a lot to Chris. Chris taught me what to be an operator is all about. He truly is one of the best. My good friend Doug Brown is here. We were fortunate to work together up there, and Doug is one of a kind, a true friend, and very deserving of his award tonight. So thank you, Doug. At the Ogden Golf and Country Club, I started there in 2014 or 2007. Scott Erling hired me there, and love Scott. He taught me things like it's okay to not hit driver over the 4th house on the right on the dog leg, like my buddy Crow, Craig Labrum, would tell me all the time. Reed Goodluff is another one that I've looked up to. I had the chance to work with Reed for 10 years, and there's nobody better in the business. I still lean on Reed fairly regularly. Anytime I have a tournament question, Reed's my guy. He can answer the questions. We had a little contest to see who could get the closest to the inventory number. Reed took 5 minutes to go around, counted racks, looked at balls, guessed within $1,000 of our total. I mean, he's an outstanding pro and somebody that I'm grateful that I had a chance to work with. Rich Friend from Washington. He worked with us. He's an incredible instructor. I learned a lot from him about that. Our assistants at the country club, Naomi Opsamea, so proud of her, so proud to work with her. She does wonderful things, things that a lot of times you wonder if are possible. She is amazing, and I've learned so much from her. Chase Peterson, our new assistant this year, he has helped so much in the club department. Nobody knows clubs like Jace, and I've leaned on him a lot. My good buddy Sarge, who I'll speak about last, he's not here to defend himself against me. He did tell me today that he will get me back for any comments I make about him, but I love Sarge. He's like a father to me. He's taught me so much about golf, and I wouldn't be where I'm at with him. He's been my mentor, my marriage counselor, my personal counselor, everything that you could think of. Sarge has been there for me in good times and bad. He's got 3 rules that we follow at the club, if you know Sarge. Rule number 1, never get too tired. Rule number 2, never get too hungry. And rule number 3, don't do anything stupid. And when you break rule 3, if you ever see him take his glasses off and look down like this and look through his glasses at you, you know you broke rule 3. And he doesn't say anything about it, but He's been a great example. I told him I was going to do something that I've never done before, and I thought, why not put ourselves out there, right? We're at a dinner. We're in front of our professional friends. Let's try something new. So I decided that I would write a poem. Never written a poem before, but I decided that, hey, let's write a poem. Let's give it a shot. So bear with me. It's kind of embarrassing, but this is what I came up with. And it's called Golf Merchandising by Bob Wallace. As the sun rises, I open the golf shop door. It is a wonderful day. Let's sell some more. On the shelves, both far and near, excellent merchandise, just ready to clear. A customer comes in, just browsing around. I respond kindly. There's a lot to be found. How about some apparel or some shoes? Here's a glove and maybe some clubs you'd love to use. A customer replies, just golf balls will do. I thought of UTO, congratulations on your award on this one. All right, these ones are great. Titleist Pro V1s, they're tried and true. Some customers say, thanks, I'd like a recommendation from you, to which I respond, I'm happy to help, I really like you. Running the golf shop is something I love. I really appreciate all the support to go above and beyond. To the Utah Section PGA, thank you so much for this award. I hope you enjoyed this poem. Sorry if you were bored. Always remember to treat your customers like a winner. You might get lucky. They may buy you dinner. And just thanks to everybody. Congratulations to all the award winners. Our reps, they're world class. They do so much for us. They make our life so much easier. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you for this award.
Player development leader, Michael Garrison, Glen Eagle Golf Course in Syracuse. He spent a big chunk of his golf career working at private clubs, helping members improve their games and encourage them to play more golf for the sake of their own enjoyment. Now as the head professional at Glen Eagle in Syracuse, Garrison's job description is kind of the same, a little different. Like any public golf course, Glen Eagle needs to generate play by attracting new golfers or getting the existing golfers to play more frequently, or both. That's where Garrison's background at such clubs as Hidden Valley Country Club, Promontory, and Logan Country Club have had an impact. He said, from the start of my career as a PGA professional, my overall focus has been on player development. Whether trying to institute new programs to increase participation at private clubs or developing creative ideas at Glen Eagle to encourage all levels of player, I have always had a focus on providing developmental programs that welcome everyone to participate. Garrison has succeeded by creating loyalty in multiple ways. Play in Glen Eagle's men's, seniors, ladies, and team association has grown by more than 400% since 2015, stemming from his personal involvement. And in one day, in 2020, via social media campaigns and soliciting association members, he raised over $9,000 to support Youth on Course, which is another way of developing golfers. His passion for growing the game is why he is the winner of the 2020 Player Development Leader Award.
Hey everyone, hope you're having a good night tonight. Sorry I can't be there in person with you to celebrate, but I just want to say thanks to the awards committee and fellow professionals for nominating me for this award. It really means a lot. It's humbling knowing so many people in our association that are deserving of this. So again, thank you very much. Ryan Karchner, thank you for all the years you spent helping me learn the business of golf, and more importantly, how to interact and treat members, and it's gone a long way in my career, so thank you. Dean Johansson, Dan Ross Kelly, Jeff John, thank you guys for indirectly getting me into golf. You guys inspired me, by the way. You interacted with people, and it made me want to be involved with the PGA, so I owe a lot to you guys, so thank you for that. Most importantly, my wife Jennifer, who's always on the wrong end of the hours I put in at work, and I'm sure you guys can relate to that. But Jennifer, I love you. Thank you for allowing me to do something that I truly love, and supporting me in that. I want to congratulate all the other award winners tonight. Well-deserved. Utah Section, thank you again for all you do and the hard work and putting on great events for us professionals. I want to thank my staff and former staff, everyone that's been involved at Glen Eagle for all the hard work and being a part of this award. So this is shared with a lot of you. But I'll keep it short and sweet, let you guys get back to the night. Thanks again, and we'll see you guys all in St. George in about a week. Thank you.
The Youth Player Development Leader, Doug Brown from Mulligan's. Doug was once like the young golfers who come to Mulligan's at South Jordan, eager to swing a club and see how they can improve. Working at a facility such as Mulligan's that has that big driving range, the centerpiece of property surrounded by 2 9-hole courses and other recreational offerings, gives Brown a unique perspective on the game. He said, I have the opportunity to see hundreds of kids hit a golf ball for the very first time. I found teaching these beginners to be especially rewarding. Although golf is a very difficult game to play, it's awesome to see these kids be able to succeed and enjoy the successes as they learn. Brown grew up in a family of, quote, non-golfers, and he said he marvels about how his mother was always willing to drive him to Brigham City's Eagle Mountain Golf Course, sometimes twice a day, to help fulfill his love of the game. The way Chris Marks encouraged young kids to hang around the course, to practice and to play, is the kind of atmosphere that Doug's trying to install down at Mulligan's. Tapping into his own life, he convinces the non-golfing parents the virtues of the game to their children. And he loves the success stories, such as kids who developed into high school golfers or even college golfers that started out at Mulligan's, describing it as such a great facility that has a great layout, conducive to promoting junior golf. The Youth Player Development Leader, Doug Brown, Mulligan's Golf Course.
I truly do feel very overwhelmed to be in this room with all of you. There are a lot of people in here that I've looked up to for a lot of years. So to be here is a great honor for me. I would like to, first of all, thank Chris Marks for giving me one of the coolest things that anyone's ever given me, the opportunity to teach kids. That was one of the great moments of my life when he allowed me to take over his junior program and to teach so many kids. I was in the shadow of Bob Wallace, and most of the funny things I've learned are things that I've copied from Bob and stole from Bob, so I'm very grateful to him. It's ironic tonight that he's receiving the Merchandiser Award. I think back to a few years ago, playing with Bob in the Pro, he showed up wearing some of the ugliest shoes I've ever seen. And he explained to me that at that time, he was wearing those shoes because golf was a great excuse to break in a new pair of running shoes. And it took me a couple years to kind of get into that groove of running, but this last year I was able to set some goals with running and run, and I set the goal to do a marathon. I did a marathon this last year. And during my marathon, miles 19 through 25 were some of the hardest miles, very uphill, some of the hardest miles I've ever done. And I learned something about myself at that time I just didn't know how to quit. And it sounds motivating now, but at the time it was more a statement of ignorance. I didn't know how to quit. I didn't know the logistics. Do you just sit on the side of the road? Do you call someone? What do you do to quit? Didn't know how to quit at that time. And I think as I looked at a lot of examples in the PGA and of golfers in general, I think that's a really strong trait that I've seen from PGA members, that they don't know how to quit. And it might not be a good thing. It might be just out of ignorance, but we don't know how to quit. And this last year, with everything that happened, I think that was something that I've seen through your examples and through your examples through the year, just the ability not to quit. I'd like to thank my wife for her patience with me, for my ignorance and not being able to quit, and for her patience through the years with me, and taking that time for my family through adding different junior classes, adding different events, and her patience with that. I'd like to thank my parents as well for their patience with getting me to where I'm at today, and thank everyone in this room.
The Teacher of the Year, Craig Hocknell from Glenwild Golf and Country Club. Craig's not interested in trying to impress his golf students, he just wants them to get better. Some teachers use big words and technical terms, but he says, I try to use the opposite approach. I simmer everything down to the most basic points. Not every great golfer is a great teacher, but Hocknell combines the two skills very well. Having qualified for consecutive PGA championships in 2018 and 2019 via the PGA Professional Championship, the Australian is one of Utah Section PGA's top players. And it obviously helps that Hocknell has been doing this for a long time, since he was 12 years old. He would teach his father's friends, and then his high school friends, and he continued to assist his teammates at Jackson State on the golf team And his enrollment at that historically black college is part of the background that led the PGA.com to suggest that Hocknell, quote, might be the most interesting man in the 2018 PGA Championship field. He's also invented a putter, the Sabercat, and training aids that supplement his teaching.
Craig's home right now. I know he's watching, so I'm going to read a little something that he's prepared. Good evening. Congratulations to all the award winners this evening. I'm extremely honored to receive the Utah PGA Teacher of the Year award. It was my intention to be there in person. However, I am still recovering from a recent diagnosis of the coronavirus. I wouldn't be able to receive such an award without having a place to teach and students to teach. I would like to thank the members of Glenwild Golf Club for trusting me with their games, and I would like to thank Marty Bauer and our team of professionals for supporting me every day so I can use my gift as a teacher to help others enjoy the game of golf. The game of golf, as we all know, is a roller coaster of emotions, and I'd like to thank my wife Laura, 3 boys JC, Hugh, and Gregor for taking the ride along with me and supporting me every step of the way. The Utah PGA welcomed me with open arms 6 years ago when I became the Director of Instruction for Glenwild, and I can say without reservation that our Utah PGA members and leadership truly care about growing the game and serving their fellow PGA professionals and the community. I am honored. Thank you very much.
The Assistant of the Year award winner is Joel Gross from Hobble Creek Golf Course. The head pro at Hobble Creek, Craig Norman, started a traditional path, grew up in a golf family, got into the business, stayed in the game, starting in his teens. But Joel is another story entirely. His career path took a sharp turn into the golf professional in recent years, yet his previous experience plays into the success as Craig's assistant. He worked at various jobs in marketing and advertising. He understands customers, a level of knowledge that comes with an MBA from the University of Utah, helps in the competitive golf industry when it comes to meeting golfers' needs. He said, I enjoy the blended opportunities that my position at Hobble Creek allows me to use, develop skills in business management, marketing, merchandising, customer service, teaching, and creativity in developing new programs and supporting the goals and the visions of Hobble Creek. Gross formerly worked at Soldier Hollow with head pro Chris Newsom. He's thankful to his mentors, including Craig Norman, Chris Newsom, John DeBoer, Devin DeLynn, Steve Elliott, Ken Clark, and the late Doug Vilvin for guiding his transition into golf. And to his wife, Julianne, 3 children that supported his move. He became a Class A PGA professional back in 2016.
It would have been fun to be with you tonight at the awards banquet. Unfortunately, you get this video, but I have an excellent proxy there to accept the award. Winning the Assistant Professional of the Year award is a very humbling experience, given the great assistant professionals we have in the Utah section. At this time, I want to tell my wife and my family how grateful and thankful I am to them for their love, support, and sacrifice. I would not and could not be in this position or be in the PGA without them, without their support, without their love, without their help. Thank you. My wife Julianne is my biggest supporter. I want to tell her how grateful and thankful I am to her for all that she sacrifices and all that she does from when I became a member throughout my career. Julie, I love you. I could not do this without you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to tell Chris Newsom thank you for being a great mentor and a great friend, launching me on this career and giving me my first job at a golf course. Lessons I learned from you I use every day. I also want to tell a great boss, a great mentor, a great professional, and a great friend, Mr. Craig Norman. Thank you. Craig, thank you for trusting me every day. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom with me to help me to grow my career and to become a better professional each day. The lessons I learned from you are fantastic. I learn every day. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. I would not be here without you. I appreciate all you do for me. Thank you. I want to thank every member of our section and all of our reps. I'd also like to thank our excellent section staff for all you do. You guys are the best. Congratulations to all the award winners tonight. You guys all deserve it. I am humbled and grateful to be a member of this great section. The Utah section is the best. Thank you.
I wasn't quite prepared for this, but I think I can speak for Chris Newsom and say he is one hell of a guy. I wouldn't be where I'm at without him. Most of us If I told one quick story, Robert remembers the first letter I typed on a computer. After leaving one sentence out and trying to edit and copy and paste, and I walked in and I said, I can't make this work. And I says, what do I do? And he hit the delete button. You don't know how nice it is to have a guy with an MBA to do your work. But anyway, Joel, congratulations. Congratulations to all the winners. I accept this for him. And like I say, he is very honored and a great guy to work with and a great friend. Thank you.
The final award tonight is the Golf Professional of the Year award winner, and it goes to Jake Hanley, Jeremy Ranch and Country Club. A certain degree of destiny must have been in play at Park City, where Jake Hanley grew up in a house that was formerly owned by Doug Vilvan, the Utah Section PGA's first Professional of the Year award winner back in 1986. And now Jake is the award's 35th recipient, recognizing his work at Jeremy Ranch Golf and Country Club as the head professional. He's been at Jeremy Ranch, been a fixture there since 1996, having learned of a job opening that enabled him to follow through on his start in the golf industry. He used to ride his bicycle to Park Meadows Country Club to pick up range balls and clean carts in his high school days. And at Jeremy Ranch, he eagerly learned from former head pro Tom Costello. Jake said, to say that Tom Costello was my mentor would be an understatement. Cos gave me the opportunity to grow as a golf professional and to grow as a person. Jake can trace his development in the profession to specific strengths of other key influences. He learned about tournament operations from Carl Serras, merchandising from Marty Bauer, work ethic from Scott Flick, and business relationships from Phil Deimling. Jake was named the section's Assistant Professional of the Year in 2008 and the Merchandiser of the Year private facility in 2016. And in addition to this year's award from his PGA peers, Jake received appreciation from the Utah Golf Association in 2020 for Jeremy Ranch hosting the Utah State Amateur when they had to move it back to a September start. Jake said, I cherish being a PGA professional. I thank everyone who's been on the ride with me. I look forward to growing professionally and being a part of golf in Utah for many years to come.
Thank you, Wesley, and good evening, everyone. Well, the Dodgers won the World Series, and then this great award. Pretty cool, right, Craig? But in all seriousness, I'd like to say hello to my mom, my dad, my family, all of you at the banquet, and those of you following tonight. Hopefully you're all doing well. Unfortunately, we did have a positive COVID test in our family today. We had a rapid test that was done as part of the Wasatch High School soccer team protocols. And so we're on quarantine here at home in Heber City, but we're there in spirit for sure. I tried to rent the hazmat suit, but the nurse wasn't having it, so anyhow, wish we were there, but things happen, and it's nice to be with you this way, at least in some way, right? I'd like to thank Doc Suddy for nominating me for this award. Thanks, Doc. It means a lot, and I really appreciate it. I'd also like to thank the awards committee and to my fellow golf professionals. This is a great honor, and I will cherish it for a very long time. And yes, Drew and Bogsy, the up-close camera does add 10 to 30 pounds, so no need to message me later tonight. Thank you for that. Such an exciting and humbling feeling to be the recipient of this great award. I know growing up in the business, looking at the annual book of golf and seeing the pictures of the award winners and seeing all of the amazing golf professionals that we have in Utah and thinking and trying to aspire to be like them. And this really does mean a lot to me. It takes a great team to be a recipient of this award, and I do understand that, and I appreciate my team every day. They do amazing things. They inspire me, They make me work harder. They make me try to be better. And they bring a smile to my face. So thank you to the team at Jeremy Ranch. And thank you to my best friend, my wife Stephanie. She's my rock and my biggest cheerleader. Thanks, honey. Also, thank you for videoing right now. And to my boys, Ryan and Jackson, they are the air that I breathe. And I'm so proud of them. Thank you to my mentors, Tom Costello, Joe Ruggiero, Rick Schaefer, Jeff Beaudry. Thank you. I respect you and appreciate you more than you know. I would also like to thank the members of Jeremy Ranch for allowing me to do what I love for 25 years. It is an honor and a privilege every day, and it feels like I get to go see my extended family at my other home. Thank you. A couple of fun memories to share. I'm going to start out with Ryan Karchner making an albatross on number 9 at Jeremy. It was during an 8-man match, and he did thump me that day. It was a lot of fun to witness and be a part of, and I'll always remember it. Having Mike Manning and his fellow interns from Ferris State over for pizza when we lived in Park West Village, and Promontory had the interns in the condos there. It's been fun to watch Mike's career. He's such a great PGA professional, and I couldn't be prouder of him. Playing in Pros with Kaz every year. That was my highlight for many years. Great times. Attending the PGA Merchandise Show was another highlight. And we attended this last week in kind of a different format, but it was still great to be able to be a part of that network and that bond that we all have, we all look forward to. To be able to see the face at the show of the voice that you'd hear over the phone, and then be able to connect, to share best practices with other pros. It's a special group and that we are a part of. Working with Scotty, Rob, and Teddy and having fun every day at the ranch. It's the best. Being thankful that Marty and I didn't have a dinner bet on the Steelers-Eagles game this year. That was just a side note. Hosting 4 University of Utah Invitationals, 2 Utah Opens, 2 Utah State Amateurs, and being able to have golfers from all over the state and the country come to experience and enjoy Mr. Palmer's work. And Mac, Scotty, will be playing this year at Bountiful. Sorry the last couple years didn't work out, but I really do enjoy our time together. I'm going to close with just one thing that my grandfather shared with me. He always said, work hard and good things will happen, and only control the things that you can control. And I always think about that, and I appreciate his wisdom. And with that, have a great evening. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Safe travels down south next week, and safe travels home tonight. Thank you again. Take care.